Starting off this video in my car, surprise, surprise, because that's real life and I have things to do, but I'm trying to do a video a week. That's my goal. I like to try to hold myself accountable for that, and you do what you gotta do to make it happen. So first of all, I just want to say thank you if you have subscribed to my channel. My goal is to hit 50. I've had this channel now for a month and I think I'm at 33, maybe 34, and that is so exciting to me. I know it's just a little bit compared to what a lot of people have, but I'm proud of myself because I've been consistent and it just feels good. And so thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate if you find value in this content. It is free. It just ensures that you get notified when I post new videos, and it helps the algorithm and it helps my channel grow. It helps other people see the videos when more people subscribe. So this video, I want to talk more about managing back pain during pregnancy. I'm at 18 weeks actually today, and I have an anterior placenta, meaning it's on, so the positioning of the placenta is actually on the front of my stomach instead of in the back. And so what I've read is that could create more tugging from the front and create back problems sooner. Because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not even big yet and I'm having these weird back problems. So it was kind of boggling to me. Also, this is my first pregnancy, and even though I was really into fitness and stuff before this, I don't feel like I ever really had a good grasp on activating my core and super good core strength. I did a lot of dancing and I did do a lot of strength training, but I'm gonna be honest, I avoid a lot of core stuff, which is not good. I highly suggest to, if you're not pregnant yet and you're trying to get pregnant, start working on your core now. So I didn't really have that good foundation beforehand, and in this video I'm going to go over some things that I'm currently doing because I'm a very proactive person. If you watched my first trimester recap, I had gotten constipated once and I was like, oh hell to the no, this is not going to be a thing. And I just got on it, started magnesium, and I've been fine and regular since, because that could be a thing in pregnancy, is constipation. Not fun. So with this back thing, it started, I feel pretty quickly after my second trimester started, and I was just like, oh no, this is not going to be a thing. I try to be mindful of my posture, and I'm not always the best at that. I sit a lot at work, and so I feel like I hunch a lot, and so just having my center of gravity shift is just exacerbating it. So I'm like, I'm gonna figure this out. And being the chiropractor, two, being my first appointment with the pelvic floor therapist, which is so good. I highly suggest getting with one of those if you're pregnant, because they help you with all sorts of things throughout pregnancy. And then I'm going to show you some exercises that the pelvic floor therapist gave me, because I need to do those anyways. I need to do them more often because I'm trying to build up my core. And so yeah, hopefully that will help you. And I will show you those exercises. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so before I show you the exercises that my pelvic floor therapist, sorry about my dog, he likes to do that. We think he has Tourette's. I want to explain to you some other things that I did, because I started having really bad backache and then it turned into sciatica, where it was shooting down my leg. So before I could get to the chiropractor or pelvic floor therapist, which I know could take some time to find someone, I want to also give you the tips that I implemented to help soothe it before I could get into those. So I think that'd be helpful because it obviously helped me. And so to touch base really quickly on how I feel like I got into that predicament. So obviously in the first trimester, you don't have a lot of energy. I slept a lot. So I went from working out a ton to, not a ton, but a decent amount, to nothing for a long time. I did here and there, but it was very limited. And so then get into second trimester, I'm feeling very confident about the pregnancy. My energy is up, and so I just like jumped right back in. I started doing dancing, I started doing strength training, and I feel like I just kind of went too crazy with it too quickly instead of easing myself into it. And that's when I started noticing that I was having the aches in my back. And so I went to a dance class, my back started aching a little bit, and then I did a strength training class the next day, and I think I tweaked it because I think my back was already irritated, and I probably compensated in other ways, and I wasn't holding my core properly. I don't know if I pulled something or what I did, but it ended up being like a sciatic pain. So it was like in my right lower back side and then shooting down my leg. So here's some things that I did to soothe it, and then I did the rest through chiropractic and the pelvic floor therapist. So what I did is I did not work out. I took a break and I allowed my body to heal. So no more pissing it off. And I used a heat pack. I have one of those like little bean bag type things, and you put it in the microwave. So I used that heat compress on my back, and then I would also like put it on my leg. So heat is really great. Magnesium lotion, I swear by this stuff. I've talked about it in other videos for other things. Honestly, you could use magnesium lotion for anything that's aching. I put that all over my lower back and down my leg area, because then the magnesium gets into the tissue and it helps relax the tissues and the muscles. A big one was using my massage gun. You can find massage guns for cheap. I found the one that I have at like TJ Maxx. I feel like it was like maybe 20 bucks or 30 bucks. So you can find them cheap. You should probably find them cheap on Amazon too. But so if you're having sciatic pain, the trick is to massage your upper glute, because that's where the tightness is, and it's pulling on the leg. This is my dog Theodore, by the way. He's my goodest boy. He's a newbie to our family. We rescued him. Ah, you're an angel sent from heaven. He's the sweetest guy. So yeah, massage gun was great. And honestly, it's just so good for any sort of tight muscles. And then lastly, I've said this in my other videos too, and I swear I'm gonna make it, but I'm just like still figuring out the pillow situation. I have a lot of neck issues, and so part of figuring out this back thing is I think also figuring out the best pillow situation. I've got that long one behind me. That is a pregnancy pillow and it's just like one side. And then I have the U-shaped pregnancy pillow that I was using, and I feel like that was positioning my body weird, because it's like when you use the U-shape part, the top part becomes your pillow, and I think it was too high, and I think my body was just getting out of whack, so that was probably also contributing. So now it's like all this money later, after all these pregnancy pillows, I'm using just a regular ass pillow between my legs. And I think that's been working better actually right now. And I think it changes depending on how big your belly is, because like that one worked really well. I actually got that right when I first like knew I was pregnant, and I was having all of those like growing pains, the implantation pains. It just like was nice to have between my legs and kind of like hold on to and kind of put pressure against my body. It was like just helping with the pain. And so it's kind of differed along the way. So that's why I haven't made that video yet, because I can't quite decide what is working for me best. They've all worked for me in like different phases in different ways, so maybe that's something I'll talk about. So, okay, all of that to say, all those things really helped me. It helped relieve my sciatic, like the shooting down my leg part resolved itself with all of those things, just being consistent with it. And then I ended up going to the pelvic floor therapist that taught me about strengthening my core and just how to feel it. She called it zipping up your core. And I think just in general and going through my day, I was not zipping up my core in just every day. As you go, I'll show you. As you go and your belly gets bigger, like my belly is getting bigger, it's easy to it's easy to just kind of let it fall. So you're putting a lot of pressure and you're just like letting it go, you're putting a lot of pressure on your lower back here. And so to zip it up, you could see how everything goes in, and it just protects your lower back. And so practicing engaging your core more, that's something I'm being mindful about even as I walk, like zipping it up rather than just like having that curve in my back. That's been tremendously helpful. And so then it's a matter of being mindful of those things, your posture, and then working on these exercises to really strengthen your core, because I also don't want my abs to split. That's something that can happen too, is your abs split. And part of the core workout is not only engaging your abs, but strengthening your glutes. I never knew that your glutes were part of your core. I always thought your core was just your abs, but your core is also your lower back and your glutes. Because of all of the relaxin and everything's moving and all the pressure, that's why a lot of moms get flat butts. And so it's really important to work on your glute strength, because it's almost like a shelf. And when it's stronger and more stable, it's supporting your lower back better. So yeah, there'll be the exercises that do that too. So that's really what its emphasis on, is like engaging your abs, engaging your core, and strengthening the glutes. Okay, I am going to keep this brief because I didn't want this video to be super long. So I'm just going to show you some basics of what really, like the stretches that helped me with especially the shooting down the leg pain, because I feel like that was really pressing and I needed to get it sorted. So I'm going to show you like some of those that I did on my own, and then I will put a link to a pelvic floor therapy exercise video that I found that I start incorporating those. And then I will also post on here, put up a screenshot or whatever of the exercises from my pelvic floor, and that way you can like take a picture of it or screenshot it, and it can help you because it's more in depth, and this video will be so long if I go and I do all the exercises. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet and to the point. Let's get to it. Okay, this will be adjustment, and got Theodore with me. You guys want to show him the exercises? Okay, here we go. Here we go. So I'll start with the stretches first. This is gonna be fun. My favorite stretch is called pigeon pose. This one specifically helps with stretching out the hip and the outer glute. So we'll go down here. So what you do is, this is how I get into it. So you want to have this foot out like here, like so, and then you stretch this one back. This is also good for this front hip area as well. So if you're getting like tightness in this area, it also stretches out here, but you're also stretching out right here. You can stay right here with the leg stretched back. You could stay here if you'd like. And I feel like the taller you go up, the more it stretches right here. Or depending on how big your belly is, you can also go down. I like to go all the way down because it really gets in. I could feel the stretching all right here. And so you want that stretch right here because it will start releasing the lower back. Because a lot of the time when it's pulling on this back area and shooting down, it's because there's tightness and it's pulling. You can play with how long you want to hold it. Sometimes I do these when I'm watching TV, and so then you just want to do the other side. I love this stretch. Go down. Got all these dogs. I love you guys. Okay, so that's pigeon. I also really like butterfly, so I'll do a little bit of butterfly, stretch the outer hips. All right, so here's some other alternatives to pigeon. If you're struggling to do that move because it is a little more complex. Another one I like to do is the crossover. So you have your leg and then you just cross over your other leg. Might be hard depending on how big your belly is. I'm not huge right now, so I can still do that. And then you just go as far down as possible and you will feel that stretch in your outer hip area. And then you just, oops, sorry. Okay. And you switch. You cross over. You can also do this while sitting in a chair, which can be easier for some people. So say I'm sitting in a chair, you would cross while sitting, and then you would just lean over. Another one that I like just because it releases the upper back is I don't know which way I should do this. Alright, it's good old Happy Baby, which is fitting because you're gonna have a baby. Okay, so I like to start here and start rocking my lower back and just kind of massaging it because it feels good. And then I turn it into Happy Baby. You just grab your outer foot as far as you can go. And then I like to stretch it out. And then kind of like, sometimes I just do my own thing. Stretch out your hamstrings. Grab it again. Stretch it out. Oh. It feels so good. Also allows that blood to like go down, helps with swelling. So what I'm gonna do now is a little bit of cat-cow. Alright, cat-cow, you wanna drop the belly, arch the back as much as you can. Do it what feels comfortable. Drop the back, arch the spine, look up. Then you wanna go to a neutral position. And then you want to curve the spine like so. You will feel the stretch in your back. Those are really good. And sometimes I like to just kind of like sway the hips, do what feels good, arch the back, neutral. And when you're doing it, you want to make sure that your shoulders are over your wrist and that you're firm and planting on your hands. You've got your fingers widespread. So it's good. It brings a lot of like fluidity to the spine. And then from here, what you're gonna do is you're going to scrunch. You're gonna scrunch to each side. So make sure you go neutral, then scrunch, neutral, scrunch, neutral, scrunch. And I kind of like do a little bit of everything, just kind of bring the movement to the spine. Okay, just a few more, and then like I said, I'll post a link to the pelvic floor video and then the pelvic floor exercises that I got from my doc, because it is a lot. We're gonna lay down here. These are important they're basically bridges. And what you want, it's not a stretch, but it's more of an exercise. It's gonna build up your upper glutes, which will stabilize your back muscles. So what you really want to do is, sorry if you hear my husband yelling, they're screaming about sports. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that your core is engaged. So from here, you want to zip it up. So you feel your core engage and almost go, picture it like going to the back of this floor. And so you want to engage it here. You can see how like I'm loose here and then I engage, and you're engaging from your abs, not your legs, so you can feel it tighten up. And once you have it tightened up, you keep that engagement and then you bring up the legs, and you could feel it right here. And so then you just go up and down, engage, up, down. You could also go up and hold it. Like I also have a ball and I like practice squeezing it. So that's something. But I really like that one. And then yeah, just be careful. When you get up, I like to roll to a side and then I put my hands up and I go up this way. Okay. So I think that's good for now. I hope that came through. I'm not really used to showing exercises. Usually I'm used to just talking about like health and wellness and nutrition. So pardon me, I don't feel like I'm really good at like showing the exercise part, and I had my dogs being crazy. That's why I'm going to share the video link with you below to the other exercise video, and then after this I'll post the pictures so you can screenshot them. Really quickly, I want to show you with the massage gun where you can work out on your glutes so you can release the tension. Okay, first of all, I want to show you, this is the bean bag thing that I was talking about earlier. I put this in the microwave and then I put it on my back, and when I'm laying in bed obviously, but I will just lay on it and have it there so it'll loosen all the muscles up. And then This is the massage gun. I got this at TJ Maxx for like 30 bucks or something. And it has different ends. I like this like trigger point end because you can really get into the muscle. But I will show you what I do. It'll be kind of silly. So I turn it on. You can hear it's going. You have like different speed. But what you want to do is get in this area, this top of the glute. My butt is already getting flatter. But top of the glute area to release it. And that's where you get the pain shooting down because all of this is tight. So I kind of really get into that muscle and I'll actually, sorry, this is kind of silly, but I'll actually kind of like stretch it out as I'm going and getting in there. And I'll just kind of I'll get in the outer thigh, get in the glute, and I can feel it like really releasing. And then I'll do the same with the other. And so yeah, it's awesome. And I'll even like get in the back of the legs, because that can pull on your knees. And it just loosens it up. So I just do that while I'm like watching TV. I'll just be like watching TV and getting at it. And then I'll link this too, but this is a magnesium lotion I use. I'll link that below as well by LifeFlow, but I will just like, I'll put that all over here. And so it's like those three things combined. It's a magnesium lotion I'll put on first. Then I will like sit and I'll lay with the heat, and so it'll loosen it up. And then I do the massage gun, and it has worked wonders for me. And so I feel like all of that combined, it really allowed it to heal and loosen up. But then the exercise part is to manage it and prevent it from being hurt again. So that part is also important. And then I find adjustments to be very important too, because you always want to make sure like everything's aligned, especially when pregnant. You can, sorry, I'm so out of breath. Your body makes more relaxin, which is a hormone to allow everything to move as the baby gets bigger. And because of that, your hips can become misaligned and all sorts of things. So I think chiropractic is so important too. So I think that's a good spot to leave off. I'll link all the stuff for you guys. I hope, I'm gonna edit this video now, but I hope everything came together in the way I wanted it to be presented. I'm so sorry if it isn't, because I'm not used to sharing fitness stuff. Like, I'm used to doing it, but I'm not used to like explaining it and sharing it, so that was kind of new to me. But let me know what you have done for your back pain and how you manage it during pregnancy. I would love to know, because I'm still looking for tips and tricks, and you know, I am a first time mama learning all this stuff, so that's why we're all here, is to share it with each other and learn as we go. Yeah, I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.